Hi, I have to apologize to you. Well, it's a long story, but don't worry, I'm gonna tell you everything. I owe you that for getting you involved in this whole thing. Okay, well, it all started about a year ago. I was working for a large finance company. One night at the bank, I had to replace some drives on the server. I was backing up all the data when I noticed a pattern. Each night at around 2 a.m., thousands of transfers, each containing a small amount of money, were being moved to accounts offshore, mostly in the Cayman Islands. Turns out the top brass were running a skimming operation and funneling money offshore into a slush fund. I'm not sure what they were using the money for, but I figured out that in the 3 years that I worked there, they must have funneled over $20 million into each account. I made the mistake of asking one of the junior partners about it at the bar one night. He seemed as puzzled as I was, and a week later, he went missing during a boating trip. There was never any official investigation done by the police. I was pretty sure they were connected, though. After that, I decided to keep my mouth shut and find a way out of the company as fast as possible. To cover my ass, I copied the evidence onto backup disks to help prove that I wasn't involved in the scheme, and then I resigned. That's why I need to apologize to you. Remember when we first met and I came over and helped you set up your computer? In any event, as I was setting up your computer, I installed a Trojan program so I could route my surveillance spyware through your computer. I wanted to keep an eye on the emails and the chat traffic at my old building, but I didn't want them to know where I lived. So I was remotely using your internet connection to monitor their transmission. That's pretty much what happened, but I just wanted you to know that they shouldn't be coming back. I also wanted you to know that I never used the spyware to read your emails or anything. I only used it to monitor what they knew about me. I'll admit I knew these men might resort to violent means to secure their illegal financial dealings, but I thought that I had gotten away untainted when I resigned. After I talked with the police and that federal agent, I decided to wrap all of this up my own way. The agent is that guy in the trench coat who's been walking around town lately. His name is Eric Larson. The less you know about my plans, the safer you are. So I'm not going to say anything else. Well, Eric might be able to tell you more. He seemed very interested in you and your family, actually. Actually, he seemed interested in a strange way. I didn't tell him anything about you that he didn't already know, though. Well, when I left the police station, he mentioned that he was going to do some window shopping.
Ouch. There must be a misunderstanding here. Let's just forget the whole thing happened, shall we? Hello. I thought I might find you down here. So I guess Frank told you about his morning meeting with the police earlier. I'm at your service. Feel free to ask me any questions. First, in my professional opinion, Frank is an upstanding kind of guy. I wouldn't worry about his integrity, and he is certainly no danger to your family. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time, but he seems to have covered his bases, and he's in full cooperation with my agency now. I can't really tell you anything about the case. Just rest assured that Frank Fox is no danger to you, and that his problems are about to be over as well. I'm sorry I can't be more forthcoming with you. You'll have to just trust me on this one. I have been following this case for a long time. Your involvement with it is admittedly quite a surprise, but I'm confident that the case will be closed very shortly. Just be careful where and whom you start snooping around. It would be a lot safer to just stay in your house and report anything out of the ordinary to the local police. Again, I apologize for being vague, but in time, all of this will be over. There are people watching you to keep you and your family safe. I'm sure we'll speak again soon. Try to relax and have a good day.
Hello. Are you busy? I need to talk with you. I'd feel a lot more comfortable talking to you in person. Can you come over? I'm sorry. It's important, and I'd feel much better talking to you in person. Please come over to my house, okay?
Good afternoon. Can I help you with something today? You're in luck. I just had a cancellation. What's on your mind today? It's quite normal to feel as if you've been violated after a robbery. If it didn't affect you, well, I'd be more worried. Emotions can be tricky things, and in this sort of situation, it's hard to get closure. Listen, I know this will sound odd, but I recommend that you write a letter to the people who committed the act. It's obviously not for them, but I find it to be wonderfully therapeutic for my patients in these kinds of situations. Is there anything else bothering you? Did he say something specific? I must say, I think you handled that very well. I'm sure he got the not-so-subtle hint. Is there something else you wanted to ask me?
Hi, honey. How's your day going? This work is a lot more demanding than I thought. Those mineral stains in the tub just would not come out. I was completely drenched in sweat by the time I finished. I ended up cleaning the rest of the shower while I was taking a shower. You weren't kidding. Cooking was tough too. I had to throw the apron in the trash. Maybe we can arrange something for later. In the meantime, you want to check out the upstairs shower? I spent 2 hours making it sparkling clean. I need to talk with you for a moment.
Yeah, I was up pretty late, but I didn't hear anything.
Hello. What an absolute treat it is to see you. Shoot. A very proud card-carrying member, as a matter of fact. Only if you get caught, or only if it appears to be a crime. Very well. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some baking to do. Good day.
Thank you so much for coming over. I'm sorry if I sounded like I was begging. I just felt like I needed to see you face to face. Okay, I'm a little nervous to even ask you, sweetie, but you're the only one I can trust. As you know, Frank is in some trouble, and I have this strange feeling that something bad is going to happen. I know I tend to be a bit melodramatic, but I think I need to make a plan to defend myself, and Frank too. I need a gun. There is one catch. Due to a past incident I'd rather not go into right now, I can't purchase a gun. I figure you're connected in the neighborhood, you have influence, and you might know of a way to procure a gun for me. I mean, you're friends with Mike Delfino and Bree Vandekamp, right? You could probably just borrow a gun from one of them. I'm just not ready to tell my story to everyone around here. Besides, your recent burglary makes you such a sympathetic person. It will be a piece of cake for you. Now, if they're not home when you get there, feel free to just sneak in and borrow it. I'm sure they won't miss it for a week or so. I really can't thank you enough. This will be the single greatest thing anyone has ever done for me. You are saving my life here. Seriously, though, I can't thank you enough. This will be our little secret. I'll be awaiting your return.
Hey there. Of course. Would you like to come in? Shoot. What's on your mind? Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that. How are you holding up? What do you mean more? What are you going to do? Be prepared. It's the Boy Scout motto, but I still live by it. What do you want me to do? Wow, this is no joke. I guess I can let you borrow my gun. Just be careful. And if you need any help, I can show you how to use it. Let me go get it for you. Wait here. Here you go. This baby is my favorite. Just keep it as long as you need it. I hope it makes you feel more secure. Hey, what's going on? Is it a clog? What exactly needs my attention? All right. I'll take a look first thing in the morning. I see. So are you suggesting what I think you're suggesting? follow me to the bedroom. That's where I keep my tools for this kind of job. Once again, you've rocked my world. That was great. There's plenty more where that came from. Call me anytime or just drop on by. I take instructions well, if you know what I mean.
It's you, thank God! Did you bring the gun? I want to see it. Wow. Now that I'm actually holding it, it feels different than I expected. I mean, this thing can kill someone. I hope I don't have to use it. Well, I can't thank you enough. Somehow, I knew you could do it. Your secret's safe with me. Thanks again. You are far too worried about this. I need it for protection, that's all. Everything will be fine. Bye.
Honey, are you all right? There's been an accident. I'm at the office. Please come right away. I need your help. I'm fine. I'll explain everything when you get here. Hurry. Thank God you're here. He's starting to come to.
I don't have the discs. What happened? Where am I?
I don't know. I just stopped by to pick up some paperwork and I found him in the parking lot. Unconscious and obviously badly beaten. I called you as soon as I realized it was Frank. Someone did a number on him. He's suffering massive head trauma and numerous contusions. But it looks like he's coming around.
Ah! My head. Where am I?
Frank, it's me. You're in my office and my wife is here too. I found you in my parking lot. You were unconscious, so I brought you into my office.
I went to meet with them. They wanted the discs, so we arranged to meet downtown. I know I should have told the police or the feds, but they were pretty clear what would happen if I talked to anyone. They said they would kill me, and then Daniel.
What are you both talking about? You know who broke into the house? You've been talking to the feds?
Oh no. Daniel! How long have I been here? I overheard them talking about heading to the house to search for the discs. If Daniel is there... oh my God. We need to warn Daniel! Daniel won't stand a chance if those men show up. We need to warn him right away. Ah!
Call the Fox house right now. Warn Daniel to get out of that house.
Hi. Great day, isn't it? You can't bring me down. Bye.
Did you sign the petition to improve the water quality in Fairview? Fairview needs more concerned citizens like you. Goodbye, then.
Hello, this is Daniel Fox. What's the matter? You sound strange. Is everything all right? Ah, hold on, sweetie. Someone's at the door.
Jesus! I'm bleeding! Help me! They shot me! Damn it! They shot me! Two men. It happened so fast. I didn't have time to react. Oh God. I can't feel my legs. It's all right. It doesn't even hurt anymore. It's okay. Just let me go. Tell Frank, I'm sorry I wasn't a better brother. I never told him how proud I am of him. And how much I loved him. Tell him for me, please. It's so cold. I'm sorry for dragging you into this, but don't worry about me. I'm gonna be okay. I know that. I'm so tired. I'm gonna close my eyes. Tell Frank I love him. Take care of my begonias.
In an idyllic place like Wisteria Lane, it's easy to take things for granted. The comfort and strength that only a spouse can offer, the support of a family, and the health and safety of one's children. For poor Frank Fox, he'll never have the opportunity to tell his little brother how much he loved him, how much he respected him, and how far he will go to avenge his death. For some people, tragedy creates a burden too overwhelming to bear. And while mourning may provide relief for many of us, for others, it does nothing to alleviate their pain and suffering. In Frank Fox's case, it only fuels his rage toward the people who committed this heinous act. And we run the risk of watching one tragedy quickly lead into another.
May I speak with you for a moment? Well, as I'm sure you're well aware, there's an ongoing investigation into Daniel Fox's murder. We haven't had much success getting information on the perps. If you're interested in getting the details, the officer on post at the Fox house should be able to fill you in. Who knows? Maybe you'll be able to help us out.
Sorry to bother you, but I need to talk to you about something.
Daniel became a part of our little group, our clique. This tragedy is affecting all of us. In honor of Daniel, I'm putting together a little get-together around 7 tonight. To be honest, you seem to be taking it better than the rest of us. I'd really like you to be there. People just seem to listen to you. I think they find you to be a soothing presence. You can do one of two things. Talk everyone through their feelings of loss. Or pour some stiff drink so we can forget about it for a few hours. Personally, I think overt emotional displays are crass, but Susan thought it was a good idea. By the way, we all made a pact to wear the dresses that Daniel created for us for the fashion show. I assume you'll join us? We would all appreciate whatever you can do to help.
Good day to you, ma'am. Is there something I can do for you? Pardon me, ma'am? I'm sorry, but at the moment I'm unable to disclose any information to you regarding Mr. Frank Fox. And I certainly can't let you speak with him. I was told to stand here and see to it no one went inside. This is a crime scene, you know.
Hey, you. I've been running around like a chicken with his head cut off lately. Let's just say the whole murder in the neighborhood thing isn't exactly a boon for the real estate business. I've been so busy rustling up prospective clients that I haven't been able to spend time with Carl. Quality time, if you know what I mean. In the bedroom, in case I'm not being clear. Right now, I'm on my way to check out another house going on the market. I'll take care of Carl tonight. And it looks like you're already talking to someone. A handsome someone, if I may say so. Is this strapping young policeman here giving you a hard time?
No, ma'am. I'm just following orders.
And you're doing an excellent job at that. Tell you what, why don't I fill her in instead?
Wait.
You're looking for Frank, right? I don't know for sure, but I can tell you where I think he is.
Miss?
You actually just missed him.
That's confidential information, ma'am. I'd appreciate it if you refrained from divulging information regarding Mr. Fox as he relates to this case or his whereabouts to anyone other than an officer such as myself.
They put him in a squad car just a little while ago.
Hey!
I don't think he was under arrest. Officer Friendly here didn't even put handcuffs on him. He did let me play with him, though. Besides, Officer Kyle's not the type to manhandle a perp.
Wait a minute, how do you know Kyle?
I was his date to the policeman's ball last year. Trust me, he is more than adept at handling a woman. But a man? Not him.
But they canceled last year's policeman's ball.
Well, why else did they have all those handcuffs and men in uniform in one place? You're new on the force, aren't you?
I'm not that new.
Don't worry about Frank. I'm sure they just wanted him to look through mugshots or something.
He'll be there for a while before they take him to the safe house.
Well, there you go, from the lips of cute little Officer Friendly here. He's at the station if you want to see him. You've been so much help. Maybe I'll put in a good word with Officer Kyle.
Thanks, but don't tell him what I said about Mr. Fox.
Oh, don't worry. My lips are sealed. At least when it comes to talking.
Hello? Well, my brother was killed, and I'm sitting in what looks like an interrogation room at the police station. Am I supposed to sound happy? I'm not gonna talk about it yet. I gotta go now. Bye. Sure, we can talk for a minute or two. I've been doing a lot of talking today. First, an officer talked with me at my house. Then I was questioned in a small room at the precinct. And then after that, I was questioned again not too long ago once we got to this dump. I'm down at the police station right now. They're calling it questioning, but they've been grilling me for hours in this godforsaken, freezing cold room. They have me doing all sorts of crazy things here at the precinct. The last thing I want to do is answer more questions. It's not a loss. My brother was murdered. Don't try to soften it. I'm not ready to talk about that yet. I have to go now. Bye. Upset? No, not really. I'm not ready to talk about that yet. I have to go now. Bye. They just finished questioning me. Now they're taking me somewhere else for my safety, which sounds like a load of bull, but whatever. We're headed to a safe house. I've been told that I'm not supposed to talk about it, but they can all go to hell for all I care. And if that bothers them, tough. On a day like this, I have the right to be a little pissed off. Right now, I just want to get out of this place. These cops are making me nervous. I respect cops and all, but it's starting to make me feel like I've done something wrong. My brother was the goddamn victim here. Protect and serve my ass. The loss, right. I'm holding up all right. Right now, I'm just taking it day to day. There really isn't anything I can do from here. What do you mean? If you think you can, then do it. I'd like to help, but it looks like I'll be stuck in some seedy motel somewhere watching the boob tube. Oh, right. So, you're gonna need to do some legwork if you plan on finding anything out. If you have any way of finding out what the cops actually know, that would be a start. Sounds like a plan. Get as much information as you can. We'll figure something out from there. People like talking to you, so it shouldn't be hard. And keep me updated. If I'm in the loop with this whole thing, I won't be going stir-crazy in here.
Hello. To what do I owe the pleasure? I don't think I quite follow you. You want to run that by me again? Wow, that was blunt.
You guess you'll have to do what? Yeah, hi. Were you hitting on my boyfriend?
Don't mind her. She's just pulling your leg. Aren't you, Edie?
Of course I'm joking. This is almost funny. The two of you should know better than to try to hook up behind my back. Not without asking me first, at least. I thought I'd knock off early and come home for a pick-me-up. Now that we've dispensed with the pleasantries, I really need to talk to Carl for a moment. You can wait here if you want to, but we're gonna be about an hour or so.
We are?
Yes, we are. Give or take about a half hour, depending on whether you want side dishes or just the main course.
I'll take the works. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks. I'll see you out. Yes, I do. My bedroom in about 10 minutes. Bye-bye. This is Edie Britt, Britt Realty. Can I help you? Well, I do cover that area, but it's all the way across town from where I am right now. I won't have an opening until 2 weeks from today. Can I pencil you in for then? Around noonish? No, I'll meet you there in 30 minutes. Sure I do. See you in a bit. Bye.
Hey, you're back. I know I didn't get rid of her. Did you have something to do with that? Huh. I think I follow. How is that for you, baby? She doesn't, but you do. Sounds good to me. Why don't you research that, and we'll make a plan.
Ouch! What did I do to deserve that? I'd appreciate it if you didn't do that again.
Good day to you, ma'am. Is there something I can do for you? For me? No, I'm really not in need of anything at the moment. But thanks. I appreciate it. You know what? I'm glad you see it that way. because I don't think we get enough respect around here. Because I take my job seriously, whereas other people might not do that in my position. Like some people would slack off if they were here guarding a crime scene, but not me. That's not how I do things. I don't even care if they have 2 primary suspects and only a few facts. I plan to work just as hard here as if I were out trying to find more leads in the case. Exactly. I mean, yeah, there were 2 guys walking around the neighborhood that night. Yeah, there are 2 ex-cons in the area. Heck, on this very street. And yeah, they were even verified to be in the vicinity when the murder occurred at 11 p.m. that night. But it doesn't matter to me. Investigation wasn't my assignment. The rest of the squad can deal with finding information about Michael Solis and Carlos Delfino. I'm just fine out here. Personally, this is what I think happened. And oh, to answer your original question about whether I need anything, now that you mention it, it does get a little cold around here at night. Yeah, so, bye then, I guess. Hey there. What's going on? So you're a woman on a mission, huh? I like that. Well, I'm not in much of a talking mood right now. I figured you had something quick you wanted to bring up. Ah, so you know where I'm coming from. Good. I can't tell you how many times that jerk's told me he was going to do something and then completely flaked on me. Exactly. Like just the other day, Mr. Famous Fashion Designer asked me to stop by and look at a leaky faucet at his place. I had some things planned that day, but I decided to be a good neighbor and make time for him. Granted, it wasn't until later in the day that I came by, but still, I was doing him a favor. It's only common courtesy that he's around when I stop by. When I called ahead to check and see if he'd let me in, he's not home. Then Susan called me up and invited me over for an early supper. Since I figured Daniel would call at any minute and rescue me from Susan's chattering, I agreed to have dinner with Julie and Susan. Dinner became dessert, became coffee. No call from Daniel. By the time I was able to escape, it was pretty late. I figured Daniel would call to apologize the next day. We spoke in the morning, but I didn't get a hold of him for the rest of the day. But nothing since. Not on my cell phone, and nothing since I'm back in town. It's like he just dropped off the face of the earth, which is a bit of a relief, because he's such a pain in the butt. But I know he's gonna call. He always does. Probably just when I'm about to fall asleep tonight. Wait, what are you getting at? That's not the kind of thing you joke about. Wow, I don't even know what to say. I already told you everything I know. I was with Susan and Julie that night, sort of a dinner and kidnapping combined, since Susan didn't seem to want to let me leave. Anyway, I left around 11. As soon as I walked in the door, Susan called me and then proceeded to talk my ear off for an hour or so. You know how she can get. Yeah, good luck with that. Oh, I've been wanting you to do that since I first laid eyes on you. We should make this a habit, you and me. Take it up a notch, and into the bedroom. Hey, what's going on? Is it a clog? What exactly needs my attention? I'll take a peek first thing in the morning. I see. So are you suggesting what I think you're suggesting? Follow me to the bedroom. That's where I keep my tools for this kind of job. Once again, you've rocked my world. That was great. There's plenty more where that came from. Call me anytime or just drop on by. I take instructions well, if you know what I mean.
Oh, hey. If you're looking for my mom, she's in the kitchen.
You know, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. How are you dealing with everything that's been going on? Don't you think that kind of job is best left to the police? Uh-huh. And I suppose you have a plan to get to the bottom of things. Mike, you don't really think they believe Mike did it, do you? Right. Actually, there were 3 of us here. Me, Mike, and Julie.
Hey, what's going on, Mom?
We were just talking about Daniel Fox.
Oh man, I still can't believe that happened right down the street. How's Mr. Fox holding up? I haven't seen him since before the incident.
Edie mentioned that the police took him in. Not as a suspect, but to protect him. But that's not the weird part, Julie. Mike is considered a suspect.
Mike? But he was here that night. I remember because you did everything in your power to stop the poor guy from going home.
Julie, you're being silly. It's just that it was late, and I was worried about him walking home alone at that hour.
Mom, he lives across the street. The poor man drank 4 nightcaps trying to be polite. Then as soon as you saw him walk into his house, you called him on the phone.
As it turns out, this is a dangerous neighborhood. I wanted to make sure that he got home safely.
Is that why you talked to him for almost an hour on the phone?
Oh, give me a break, Julie. Who's been on the phone every night this week gossiping about people at school?
Is it my fault that Danielle Vandekam gives it up to any boy who asks? I'm just doing the right thing and spreading the word.
By now, I'm sure you're not the only one that knows that.
I'm sure lots of people know by now.
Well, let's move on now. We're getting a bit off the topic at hand. Back to Mike.
What else is new?
Look, we can't let the police think he had anything to do with Daniel's death. It's just ridiculous. I guess you're right. Well, problem solved then. All right, see you around.
You came by to talk to me?
Carlos, who is it?
Why don't you come out here and find out for yourself?
Why do you always have to have something smart to... Oh, hi. No, we're fine. Why don't you come inside for a minute? Daniel's murder did have us all a bit shaken up. It's still hard to believe.
It's unfortunate that something like that had to happen to Daniel. He had his whole life ahead of him.
It's 7 p.m. Your guests will be arriving.
Wait a second. What does Daniel's death have to do with us?
Yeah, what can we tell you that we didn't tell the police? We didn't see anything.
For the fondue pot, you start to panic. You try to remember. When was the last time you made fondue? Do you have any spare cans of fuel in the basement? It's no use. The party will be ruined. You'll be embarrassed, and you'll probably lose your job and your wife.
How many times has this happened to you? Don't let another day go by without safeguarding yourself against a fondue faux pas.
They suspect me. I went to jail for embezzlement, for Christ's sakes. I'm not a violent man.
You can quickly and easily melt any currently known cheese in a matter of seconds. Each Cheese Razor 5000 comes complete with everything you'll need, including goggles, a carbon fiber smock, and 50 yards of polystyrene monofilament. Don't delay.
Yeah? Well, they're wrong. Carlos would never do anything to hurt Daniel. I know for a fact that he couldn't have that night. We were both home and in bed by 11.
Or call Ehrlichman Applied Sciences Direct, 555-1976. That's 555-1976. Operators are standing by.
Actually, I wasn't exactly following my normal routine that night. See, earlier in the day, Carlos tried to drag me into another one of his charity benefits.
Oh, here we go.
I'm not talking to you, sweetie. Stay out of it.
Listen, honey, she came over here to talk to me.
Carlos doesn't want you to know that he threw a fit because I didn't want to go to his little party. We fought about it for hours. Then we had the makeup sex. Then we fought again. Then more makeup sex.
Yeah, we didn't make the charity of it, but I definitely gave it my all. As to Gabby.
For your information, I had a number of appointments scheduled that day with a number of business professionals.
Uh-huh, and which professional was it this time? Henri? Pierre? That guy with the mole?
It's called a beauty mark, and that doesn't make him any less of a professional. Anyway, I had to keep my appointments and wound up pushing my workout back to the end of the day. So, I didn't go for my run until much later that night. And Carlos came home right after I did. We were together for the rest of the night.
Yeah, we still had some issues to resolve. Upstairs, if you know what I mean.
Carlos, have you ever heard of such a thing as too much information? I just remembered something else from that night. It involved whipped cream, strawberries...
It looks so cold and smooth.
Oh, brother, we have that back home.
Marvelous. It's all I ever dreamed it would be, and more. Stephen's here. Open one up for yourself.
Thank you, sir. You do realize we have this in virtually every market back...
Actually, when I was running back home, I thought I saw two people milling around your house. It was pretty dark. I guess my eyes could have just as well been playing tricks on me.
Did you tell the police what you saw?
No. Why would I tell them that? I could have been seeing trees blowing in the wind or something.
That's the kind of thing you tell them, even if you're not sure. This way they can investigate. That's what they do, Gabby.
Well, I definitely didn't see anything out of the ordinary that night. I'm sorry I can't help you out any further.
Why are you apologizing to her for not seeing anything? God, Carlos, you can be such a wimp sometimes. And another thing, Carlos.
Oh, how could you? You're not wearing Daniel's dress. Talk to me after you've changed.
Oh, I see you aren't wearing your dress. Is there a particular reason for that? If you didn't want to take part in our gathering honoring poor Daniel, then you might as well not have come over in the first place.
You know, I have to admit it's strange that Bree asked us to wear Daniel's dresses over here. But would it hurt to indulge her for one night and wear yours?
Ah, now you had the right idea. for you. Don't bow to peer pressure and wear Daniel's dress like everyone else. I wish I was as bold as you. Of course, that means that no one else here will talk to you. But at least you didn't have to squeeze yourself into that dress.
You're not wearing your dress, I see. Not that I blame you or anything. Just between you and me, I don't think his designs were anything special. Just a friendly tip. The host of the pity party is going to have a fit if you don't put yours on.
Hey there. I feel just fine. I have to say, I'm a bit distraught. Just everything, I guess. I mean, Daniel was such a sweet man. And charming and witty. He was like one of the girls. Sort of. We even invited him to poker night. And we don't do that for just anyone, you know. Who would want to do something like that to someone like him? Sometimes, it just seems like there isn't any kind of justice in the world. I don't know what he could have possibly done to his assailants, but he didn't deserve to die over it. Thanks. It's nice to know there's someone that understands what I'm going through. I can see why Bree invited you over. You always know just what to say.
Hello. Can I help you? And by that, I assume you mean the brutal murder of Daniel Fox in our own neighborhood. Well, to be honest, his death caused me to examine certain aspects of my own life. So I immediately went out and bought another shotgun. That said, I think there really is more going on here than meets the eye. I simply don't believe it was a random act of violence. come now. Are you telling me you're not the least bit curious about how it all transpired? Was he pumped for information? Did he have something they wanted? Oh, perhaps he even owed them money that was borrowed to support some reprehensible drug habit. Now, don't get me wrong. It's quite unfortunate Daniel had to pass in the manner he did. But at the same time, can you honestly tell me you're not even the slightest bit curious as to just what went on in that house? I mean, for heaven's sake, why would Daniel, of all people, have need for a gun? Makes you wonder about what else was going on in the Fox house. What I need? I don't suppose I ever looked at it that way. But in all fairness, you have to admit we are in the midst of a very strange situation here.
Hi. Considering what happened to Daniel, it's amazing I'm here at all. Tom had to talk me down from buying a house in one of those godforsaken gated communities. Well, Bree said we should bring it all out into the open, which is so unlike Bree. She's usually so uptight. To be honest, Tom and I are convinced she doesn't even go to the bathroom. Can you believe something so horrible happened on our street? Okay, let's talk about how foolish we were to think we were safe living in this bubble. I mean, truth is, there's no such thing as being absolutely safe. It's really scary. I have 4 beautiful, albeit annoying, kids. I'm sorry to dump it all on you like that, but that's how I feel. All mothers develop their own form of acute paranoia. It's instinctual. But now there's a tangible reason for it. What if my boys had snuck out of the house that night? I don't even want to think about it. I don't know. With all that's happened to Mary Ellis and then Rex, I'm thinking the street might be cursed or something. At least in a gated community, there's some real sense of security. I don't think I'm being unreasonable. I take it you know something I don't. Well, if that really is the case, and it wasn't a random act of violence, then it certainly puts my mind at ease. Thanks.
Hey, what's up? What do you mean when you say holding up? There isn't anything really bothering me about it. I don't know what else to tell you. You know, I get enough people asking me how I feel these days. Do us both a favor and don't add your name to the list. Daniel was just a neighbor. People come and go. Usually they just move. This time it was just a little more, exciting than usual. Well, I'll say one thing. He was the only person around here with any taste. I'll definitely miss that. Oh, no offense, of course. Okay, good. It's just that Carlos says that I don't think before I speak. But he can be such an idiot sometimes. But yeah, I'll miss him. And the collection of samples he kept in the basement. I wonder if he left them to me in his will. Without him, I'll never be able to start that clothing line we talked about. I was going to be the face, and he was going to be the brains. Not that I couldn't do it all myself, of course. I had a friend of mine draw up a business plan and I took some new pictures for the cover of the catalog. I certainly can't go into business on my own. Where am I going to find another premier fashion designer in this town? Now that he's gone, I have to find something else to do with my spare time. If I'm not careful, I'll be scouting out the high school football team again. Oops, did I say that out loud? Don't worry, I don't feel that way at all. Right now you can help by finding me a new business partner. The old one quit on me.
So, you're here too, huh? To be honest, Bree's cooking was the deciding factor for me. But I prefer to look at it like this. He came, he sewed, he croaked. In that order. It's also morbid. I think it's high time the rest of us get back to living it up. There's a whole world of things we could be doing right now instead of sitting around crying into our drinks. Personally, I think we should forget the grieving process and try to get to the bottom of Daniel's murder. If you ask me, I think that brother of his is to blame. He's always acting so weird. Mind you, he's not Zach Young weird, but give him some time and they'll be fighting for the Wisteria Lane weirdo crown. Please, you don't know any more than I do. I'll bet Frank's the kind of sicko that actually enjoys playing Little Mr. Innocent, while everyone else is running around town looking for the real killers. Whatever. You're just blind to the facts because you think he stayed up all night sewing a dress for you. He probably just faxed the design to some sweatshop in Bangladesh.
I know what you're gonna say, and no, I really don't want to talk about Daniel anymore. He was a good guy and a great potential business partner, but he's gone now, so what's the point of dwelling on the past? Ow! What's with you? Listen, Miss Thing, you're in no position to judge. Right. Well, thanks.
Oh, now what? More somber advice from the designated mourner?
Hey!
Well, I just... Well, you should have said that in the first place.
Hey, Mom. What's up? That's a really strange question. Don't you remember? I was grounded. I didn't go anywhere that night. You know what's funny? If you and Dad would just let me stay out later, I'd probably be able to help you out right now. I told you I was in all night. I was playing Utter Warfare online with this guy I know from the web forums, Double Trouble. I figured since nobody was home, I'd crank the volume up pretty loud, so there's no way I would have heard anything. Are you done with the interrogation now, Mom? Jeez, you know what? You're worse than Danielle's mom. The both of you make a habit of nagging and bugging people. Why can't you just leave me alone? Why are you so hung up on this? I mean, I know he wasn't your boyfriend or anything. He didn't even play for that team, did he? Other than you and his brother, who's really gonna miss him anyway? Look, Mom, I'm sorry your friend is dead, but I don't know anything. I promise. So drop it already. Ouch! Oh, I probably deserved that. What did you find in my room this time? I'll tell you what, if you forget this whole incident, so will I. Hey, Mom, what's up? Mom, what is it with you? Don't you have something else to do? I don't know anything else. Jeez, why don't you just go off and conspire with Mrs. Vandekamp about how to ruin the rest of my senior year? Because I don't have anything else to say to you.
Hello. What a pleasant surprise. To what do I owe the pleasure? I'm afraid you're wasting your time. I don't know anything about Daniel's murder. There's only one thing that comes to mind when I think of that night. But it certainly isn't going to bring Daniel's killers to justice, so it's probably better not to speak of it. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. What? I never said anything about Etta. That was the night your son attempted to court my daughter. You might want to get the poor boy a dictionary then. That night, he and Danielle were coming back from their date. I caught Danielle trying to sneak back into the house. She knew better than to stay out that late. I assume your son was the bad influence. I saw them coming out of your house looking guilty as sin. And then your son had the nerve to try to sneak in with Danielle.
Mom, haven't you done enough? Now you're talking to the neighbors about this? Haven't you embarrassed me enough already?
I'm not trying to embarrass anyone, dear. You do more than enough of that for the both of us. Needless to say, they were surprised when I greeted them on the porch. I sent your son home immediately. Then Danielle and I had an interesting talk that evening. Do you know what this means?
Yeah, it means we were out that night.
I used to think my Danielle was incapable of hurting a fly, but she is susceptible to dangerous boys.
Do you seriously think I'm capable of that? The police said Mr. Fox was killed at 11 that night. And if you remember, you sent him home way before that. You went off on your whole high and mighty, and of all things, on a school night tirade and sent me to bed. Besides, I refuse to defend myself. You're insane for even thinking this. If only Dad were still alive.
Danielle, you will always be my daughter. But after what this family has been through, and especially after what you've put me through, it will take more than a few words for me to trust you again. Considering you never even told me what you two were up to that night. Ugh. Well, if Danielle doesn't have anything to tell us, there's just one person left. Your son. Maybe you'll have more luck getting the truth out of him.
Hey, Mom. What's up? About what? What? Why don't you ever trust me? You're just coming from out of nowhere with all this. And I know you're making this up. You can't prove anything. That girl just can't keep her mouth shut. Okay. Danielle and I went out that night. But nothing really major happened. So, I didn't feel the need to bring it up. After Mrs. Vandekamp finished her angry diatribe, I left and came home. And that's the truth. That's one way of looking at it. Nope. I did see someone standing outside the Scavo house talking to some car. I don't know. I guess it could have been Mrs. Scavo.
Hello. How are you today? Oh, are you waiting for a special delivery? I don't understand. What do you mean by that? Are you coming on to me? This is like a dream. The hottest housewife on Wisteria Lane coming on to me? Let's not waste any more time. I didn't think it was possible, but you were even better the second time. Well, in that case, maybe I should make you part of my daily schedule.
Bear meat. The little fish devils swarm around the submerged bearlings like aquatic hornets, quickly devouring the startled bear's delicious legs. Unable to move away, the dying beast lets out a mighty roar, warning his clan that the water...
Hey, you! We haven't talked in a while. What's new?
The cycle of life continues. With graceful speed and temerity, the swooping falcon descends upon the hunter, knocking the rifle from his grasp. The startled hunter reaches for his knife in a desperate attempt to defend himself, but it's too late. The madly flapping assailant has already begun to claw.
That said, he was my neighbor, and I was hoping he'd be my friend. It's an awful tragedy.
And so, the cycle of life continues.
There it is, sir. The lost ruin of Thirstopolis. Just as the natives promised.
Indeed, Stevens. Finally, after years of searching, I have found the hidden temple of ultimate refreshment.
Pretty thirsty. This jungle heat is unbearable.
If the legends are true, just inside this chamber, we should find what we've come for.
I think we're a bit old for the whole detective thing, but go ahead. What do you need? I'm not sure I can help you with anything, but let's give it a try.
Who knows? Maybe we both can help. What's the problem?
It looks so cold and smooth.
We have that back home.
There's only one problem. You forgot to buy fuel for the fondue.
Marvelous. It's all I ever dreamed it would
When was
be,
the last time
and
you made
more.
fondue?
Stevens
Do you have
here.
any spare cans
Open
of
one
fuel
up
in
for
the
yourself.
Thank you.
Listen, I don't know what your eyewitness was smoking, but Lynette barely has enough energy to lift herself into bed at night, let alone chat with some stranger.
Yeah, this is a little bizarre anyway. I was asleep by 9 o'clock that night. Who thinks they saw me? It's crazy.
Like the rich, sweet taste of an ice-cold Senor Quincy that I could have had sitting at home by the pool or enjoyed with my mates while eating pizza and watching the game.
Excellent idea. I'll go ask the natives if they can point us to the lost city of comfortable couches or the forbidden ruins.
You know, I've heard some things about your son. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but he sounds like nothing but trouble.
Whoa, everyone calm down. I was in bed by 9 that night, so it obviously wasn't me your son saw. Where was this car?
We gotta get out of here! Here they come
Yeah, hope he's not spreading these little assumptions any further than you. You know, to be fair, I do remember something strange from that night.
Not me. I was sound asleep.
Yeah, my little watchdog here. Wouldn't wake up if a tornado ripped the roof off the house.
I sleep soundly. Is that a crime?
Anyway, Tom was fast asleep. Some noise had woken me up, and I couldn't get back to sleep.
Yeah, she's like that. Her mind's always racing. Needs a horse tranquilizer to get her back to bed. But maybe we should get back to helping out with this case. So, what do you remember that night?
I was looking for something to read to help me fall asleep, and I thought I left it on the windowsill. When I looked, there wasn't any magazine, but I saw Gabby on the sidewalk.
With laws far less stringent than our own. Barge loads of delicious, juicy mystery meat, mechanically separated by 1,000...
She was running around the neighborhood.
Are you telling me that Gabby was running errands at midnight and decided to stop and have a conversation with a stranger?
No, Tom, she was literally running in her very tight pink jogging outfit. You know, the one you're always staring at.
Of course. That makes sense now. Gabby was flirting with some guy. It's actually pretty funny that anyone would think you were flirting with someone.
Tom, what are you implying?
You just don't flirt. Well, often. You don't flirt often.
Now that I'm a mother, am I supposed to be asexual now? Is it out of the realm of possibility that I might flirt with a man, and that a man might find me to be attractive? Okay, I don't mean to be rude, but Tom and I have a few things to discuss.
The madly flapping assailant has already begun to claw and peck out the eyes of the hunter. He screams and wildly flails away at his avian attacker. And so, the cycle of life continues.
There it is, sir. The lost ruin of Thirstopolis. Just as the natives promised. Indeed, Stevens. Finally, after years of searching, I have found the hidden temple of ultimate refreshment.
I'm pretty thirsty. This jungle heat is unbearable.
If the legends are true, just inside this chamber, we should find what we have come for. There
I guess you're right.
The ultimate refreshment. Ah, it's just...
So, tell me, did you find out anything new about Daniel's case? Okay, what's up? I told you I went out running that night, didn't I?
Gabby, what is she talking about?
Just what were you up to that night?
I don't know. There was some guy.
Some guy?
No, wait. 2 guys, actually. They were really confused. Of course they had names. The one that talked with me in the passenger seat. His name started with an L, but I can't remember what it was. Well, they did freak me out at first, but he was just asking for directions. It was pathetic. The guy tried to flirt with me. I mean, come on. He was driving last year's model. Did he think I'd even give the time of day to a guy in a car like that?
Whoa, back up, Gabby. Who was this guy? Why was he flirting with you?
Carlos, it's not technically flirting if it's one-sided. And trust me, this was one-sided. I was just being nice. Besides, I don't usually fall for the kind of guys you see on the FIB's most wanted list. Unless you were on it, sweetie.
Gosh, thanks, I guess.
What exactly do you want to know?
Tell us exactly what happened that night, Gabby. Everything. Then our friend here can find out what she needs to know and do her little detective thing somewhere else.
Right. Well, I was out running and... And that was it. See? You were all getting excited over what turned out to be nothing. These guys got lost. They pulled over and I gave them directions. And then they went off on their merry little way. Sorry. No clues or red herrings or anything, Sherlock.
Just out of curiosity, where were they going?
Oh, they wanted directions to... the Fox house.
They what? My God. Gabby, how is it that this is the first time we've all heard about this?
Come on, I mean, what's the big deal? They were lost, and I was trying to help them. I was just trying to be helpful.
Well, you sure picked a wonderful time to start. Do you have any idea what this means? You're an accessory to murder, Gabby. And you withheld information from the police. Hell, I could be violating parole just for being around you. They could throw me back in jail. Is that what you want?
How would I have known what they were up to? I don't see what the problem is. I mean, they would have found the house sooner or later. He's in the phone book, you know. Like, are they the worst criminals you've ever heard of? Having to ask directions to a hit. It's just pathetic.
I think you should take a deep breath and listen to what you're saying. All right, just forget it. I don't want to hear any more from you. You've done enough. At least we have a better idea of what went down that night. And lucky you. You managed to get an eyewitness that found a way to help facilitate the murder, but somehow can't remember the name of the killer who tried to hit on her.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. I'll say one thing, though. She sure is taking her time.
Okay, I'm back. This is for you. It's the guy's phone number from that night.
You kept his number?
Now I remember. His name was Leonard, but my friends call me Leo. Yeah, didn't do much for me when he said it either.
What reason could you possibly have to keep his number?
Oh, relax, Carlos. I put it in my pocket and just forgot about it since then. Like you'd expect me to wear the same hoodie twice?
Well, it's very convenient, isn't it?
Hello? Okay, where do I talk into? Hey, Vinny, what am I supposed to do? How does this work?
Jesus Christ, are you a moron? You talk into the phone and say something like, leave a message after the beep. Or Big Sammy sleeps with the fishes. Your choice. Hey, what are you doing? You're recording right now. You gotta start over. I don't want my voice on your stupid answering machine.
This is Vincent. Okay, shoot. Fox? I don't know what you're looking for. I was as upset as anyone else when I heard about his untimely passing. It was an absolute tragedy. Poor preening bastard was doing so much for the community. I'm sorry. I'm not the right guy to ask about that. If you're looking for answers or closure, the police are still investigating the crime. I'm sure they're doing everything they can to find out who's behind Fox's death. What makes you say that? Sorry, name doesn't ring a bell. How does this relate to me exactly? I mean, I do business with a lot of people. It's always possible that I met him at some point. You know, it's funny. You wouldn't believe how many people there are running around saying they're friends with Vincent Corsetti. On any given day, a man in my position may meet dozens of people. I can't be expected to remember everyone I've met. Give me a break. Oh, right. That Leo. Yeah, maybe I know who you're talking about. Oh, yeah, Leo. I think he works at the pharmaceutical office. We have a lot of employees, though. I don't know them all by name. Listen, I understand how difficult it must be for you. You miss your friend and you're trying to find answers, but you're barking up the wrong tree here. I'm sure if you just give it some time, you'll find out that there are better days coming your way. One thing I've found in my years of doing business is people usually get what's coming to them. Listen, I'd love to keep talking to you, but I've got an important business call on the other line. I've got to go, but let's talk later. We have a lot to talk about. Goodbye for now.
What the hell do you think you're doing? Look, this is not a game. You shouldn't be speaking with Vincent. In my job, I sometimes have to observe certain members of the community. And I became aware of your recent contact with Vincent. Let's just say it's your tax dollars hard at work. But anyway, don't worry. It's not you that we're investigating. I really shouldn't be telling you this. It's classified. But it's for your own good. Vincent is being monitored by the government. His calls, his business dealings, everything. And from what I gather, you don't even... Actually, we shouldn't be having this conversation over the phone. You never know who's listening. I have to take care of some things. But whenever you're ready to meet in person, call me back. My time is valuable, but so is what I have to tell you. So, you ready to meet with me yet? Because if you don't have the time to have a serious conversation with me, then don't bother saying yes. Good. It would be in both of our best interests if I came to you. Meet me at the cul-de-sac in 60 minutes. I'll be expecting you. Glad to see you made it. Were you always this blunt? You're here because we need to talk. There's a hell of a lot more to Daniel's murder than you think. There's a number of things I can tell you about him. I told you we've been keeping an eye on him, didn't I? The man leads two lives. In one life, he's a businessman, an occasional philanthropist. That's the guy that came backstage at the fashion show and was checking out houses in the neighborhood. The other life is one that not too many people know about. That's the Vincent Corsetti you really don't want to deal with. He's like a snake without the charm. That Vinny is a high-ranking member of an incredibly powerful mob family in the city. Your little detective work just revealed the tip of the iceberg. Well, that's what I'd call it. You could have had a career in law enforcement. Frank Fox noticed some shady dealings going on at his old office. The perps wanted to cover their tracks and hired some mob enforcers to tie up their loose ends. That's why the trail you were following led you to Vincent Corsetti. It was his thugs that killed Daniel. Thing is, once Vinny got wind of the deal, he decided he wanted a bigger piece of the pie. He snapped his fingers and suddenly everyone with any knowledge of the bookkeeping errors disappeared. Frank was the last link. My suspicion is that they killed Daniel thinking he was Frank. Not that I need to even say it, but do yourself a favor and don't get involved with Vincent again. It's not safe. Are you really that forgiving? Or did you just block that whole ordeal out of your memory? I really thought the locket would stir up something in you. But I guess that wasn't the case. What did he do to you? You gave it back to me before you left town to start your life with Vincent. I couldn't offer you the lifestyle you were looking for, and so I let you go. When you called me to ask me for help, I didn't know what to do, but I offered to help you in any way I could. But when you didn't show up when you were supposed to, I suspected the worst. I thought you'd left us for good. I thought you were dead. For all I knew, you just dropped off the face of the earth. When I was brought in to investigate Vincent's shady business operation, I thought I'd find you with him, but I didn't. Then I got word that he'd found someone that he was looking for, some kind of unfinished chapter in his life. Yes, Mary, I'm talking about you. Looking into Vincent allowed me to find you again, but you had a new life. I didn't want to step in where I wasn't wanted. But now I have to. You're getting too close to Vincent, and trust me, he's not the kind of person you want to get involved with. There is one thing I have to ask you, though. There's a period of time where I couldn't find any records for you, like you vanished off the face of the earth. What happened to you, Mary? You're Mary. Can't you even remember that? Take another look at that locket I gave you. One face should be pretty familiar to you already. We took that picture at the Wood River County Fair. That was long before you got involved with Vincent, of course. It's us, and I know somewhere in the dark recesses of your mind you know it to be true. What I don't know is how you can black out on an entire section of your life. Sooner or later, you'll remember something. You can't block out memories forever. I suspect you'll come to terms with this on your own time. Believe what you want to believe. But do me one favor. Stay away from Vinnie Corsetti. You've got to trust me on that.
Hello? Yeah, me too. I've been going over everything I know about Daniel's murder, and I need to talk to you. In person. Meet me downtown, ASAP. I'm on my way now. If you leave right now, we should get there at the same time. Bye. Glad to see you finally made it. So, now that you're here, we need to talk. Whatever. We're here now. We'll talk now. So, I've been piecing together the evidence. There was a lot going on the night Daniel died. The Solises, the Scavos, the Vandy Camps, even your son was out that night. One thing we know for certain is that 2 people were up to committing murder. Sure, we have some evidence, but we're not done yet. No, we can't do that. We don't know what could happen. Possibly. You don't realize how deep this goes. I thought I could get away from them. I thought if I moved and kept to myself, they'd never find me. I mean, I couldn't even find Fairview on a map. How the hell did they find me? I know. It's all my fault. I should have told him. I think now's the time we do something. But I don't know where to start. There's still one thing that's bothering me. How did that Leo guy know Vincent Corsetti of all people? It doesn't add up. You've been holding out on me? It was convenient timing when he showed up, wasn't it? Just when things started to get fishy. All right then. It's up to me to make the next move. We'll find out soon enough.
Most people's lives are driven by fear. Fear of hidden dangers. Fear of secrets being discovered. Or fear of the unknown. But sometimes, what we think may be a demon lurking in the shadows turns out to be merely our guardian angel in disguise. There are people who spend a lifetime earning the respect and admiration of their peers and neighbors. It can all be for naught. When one's decency is called into question. Did you honestly believe you would get away with this?
Get away with what?
Don't play games with me, young man. You know exactly what I mean.
No, I don't. Mom, can you help me out here?
Perhaps you've seen those little flyers about Danielle that have been appearing around the neighborhood. I think your son is to blame. Yes, I have one right here. See for yourself. It's obvious he's trying to get revenge on our family. Poor delusional boy thought he was good enough for my Danielle.
Daniel thinks Julie made those flyers and started spreading rumors about her at school. As soon as Julie told me, I came over here. We may not agree who the culprit is, but we both agree that this whole issue started because of your son's actions.
I'm just here for moral support for my two favorite girls.
Everyone's dancing around the subject, but the one thing we know is that your son has ruined our girls' lives.
Well, you could start by teaching your son how to treat a lady.
And while you're at it, why don't you figure out where these flyers came from?
That sounds reasonable.
Works for me.
Yes, I suppose that will suffice, if your son is innocent.
There you are. Your son has been sending me some terrible emails. Let's just say they involve a lot of derogatory terms. Not the kind of words you find on the SATs.
There you go. What more proof do you need that your son is a little criminal?
I told you I had nothing to do with it.
So that's it. He tells you he didn't do it and you believe him. How dare you? I don't need to stand here and take this abuse. I'm going to get to the bottom of this myself.
Wow, that was really harsh. I was gonna say I'm gonna get out of here before this thing gets ugly, but it's too late. Come on, Carl.
Sure thing, Susie Q.
Okay, just keep in mind, they were very nasty little emails. If he did this, something has to be done.
Thanks for getting rid of them, Mom.